So, team, I'll give you guys a little scenario how my day went. It's about 10:20. I'm short Boeing. All of a sudden, I see the spy just starting to pop up, volume coming into the spy. I'm like, oh man, is there a bigger trader here? I don't know what to do. I'm confused here. I'm getting out of the trade. The trade pops about $1. I'm like, well, I might have saved myself a buck. Then all of a sudden, kapow goes Boeing, and I miss out on all the trade. That's just how this market has been. It seems like every time you feel like you have it, you really don't. Let's talk about it with Joel Elconin. At the close, let's see what happens today. It's a fun market, but at the same time, it ain't fun because it's hard to catch.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, let's find out what my man Joel Elconin sees in this market. What's going on, Joel? The old mute trick. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. The old mute trick.
There we go. Can you unmute me? Man, I tell you, I should just put this all over the place because, all right, we talked during the pre-market prep show. Hey, maybe, maybe maybe we can overcome the tech wreck. And man, oh man, we're out of the gate, jumping around 10, 15, 20 handle moves. If we get up close to 3,900, we're thinking 3,930 and kaplooey. We come all the way back down, almost hit the intraday low, and now we're trying to rally. I tell you, folks, if you have a strategy to trade those kind of candles, then stick with it because this is just some wicked price action here. But the net result is we don't know because we have 27 minutes left. We're down 25 handles at 45 and a quarter. Pretty darn close to where we opened last night and also opened this morning. So we'll see. I don't think we're going to close green today, but there you go, man. Just a really volatile day. The buck, you think the buck would be helping out? That's down $1.25, 109.58, but market doesn't care about that today. The Fed pivot, alive and well. Nice 2-day move here. TLT up $1.20 at 96.29. Crude up 285, leading the oil patch up at 88.17. Gold having a good day. That's up 11.40 at 1669.40. Silver still stuck in the middle, 19 handle, up 13 cents, 19.48. Bitcoin did get over 21. Now just up 440, 20,740. Then Ethereum futures are into green too. A little bit more on a percentage basis, double on a percentage basis, up $68 at 1563.
Well, let's take a look at our generals and leadership, right? I mean, that's where we have to first, I think, take a look into it. And of course, we could start with Microsoft and Google, and we can move along towards the other names. Apple down 2.2%, also Amazon almost 4%. Doesn't look good there in our leadership.
No, the generals, man, they were taken out shot a while ago, and they went to the emergency ward, and they got out, and just too much. I mean, there's just too much of components. They're just too big. And the market, you get your top 4 components down anywhere from 2.3% to 9.5%. I mean, it's hard for this rally. I mean, it's hard for the index to rally, though it did. I don't know how. Microsoft, I mean, we mentioned that 2 to 35 is a swing area. Made the low, rallied back, nowhere near to fill the gap. Still working on a green candle. So the jury's still out on Microsoft. Google is the one you got to be concerned about here. This has to be one of the worst days for Google since March of 2020. You're making a new low for the move, a gap down. Did try to rally a little bit. We talked about that magic 99 number. 98.54 is the best you could do in the regular session. And you're you're just making new lows here. 95 is the low, currently trading 95.02. Your net monthly level for this issue comes in at your February of 2021 low at 92.55. So that's what you're looking at.
Truly hard to trade these patterns too. Normally, you guys know me. I'm all about the technicals, looking for the pattern. There's none there for me to look at. Like normally, maybe it's, oh, are we going to bounce to prior resistance? But on this Google chart, that to me would have been more of a bounce towards 99. Or are we going to bounce to the opening price? That's might be the only area that you could maybe find something, right? 90, what we got, 98.17. But it still goes through that spot. It's just a tough trade right now. And
Yeah,
I
except
can't find patterns that are easy.
well, I'm just looking at this 15-minute here, and once we hit that noon balloon, I mean, you just had a step, almost a step down seller. Almost every bracket had a lower 15-minute high, lower 15-minute lower, lower 15-minute close. So there it is. They're 95. They're just out. They just said that they got the pass off the last report, right? They missed the last report, and the street gave them a pass. The question is will they give them a pass again? And it's a resounding no. So Google down 9.44%. That's a bad day for the Googster.
Yeah, definitely some value moving earnings, dividend players. I agree with that, EKS. But let's take a look at what did well today, right? We could take a look at what did bad. I mean, I think we kind of know those. Meta, though, definitely took a little bit of a swing look. And this was looking already like it was in a little bit of a bullish tune, but it also did that same swing in the afternoon where from 11:30 to it seemed like, 3 p.m. straight down.
Yeah, same thing.
And reports tonight. What are we going to get?
I have no idea. I mean, holy mackerel. This thing has been swinging. Just think it's down 5% and it's not even going to be, the biggest loser of the top components. I just don't know what to, I mean, I'm not I kind of want to be bullish on the technicals on this. But I'm just not a believer in the metaverse. And even if the metaverse is supposed to come around, it's not supposed to come around until 2030. So I don't know what to expect in this report. Advertising's been down. You saw what they did to Snapchat. Boom. I would keep a real close eye on that high from yesterday, 38.35. There also was a couple other highs in that area, 38.29. So to be safe, if you get a big pop, maybe be out there at 138. If they decide to slam it, there's only a couple areas you could split the lows from Friday and Monday at 125, and then the low of the move at 122. So flip a coin there and see which way it goes. But man, another shellacking in Meta, still hanging in there as one of the top 10 components of the index. But with JP Morgan up $1.35. It's moving in on it, may replace Meta. What a move at JP Morgan. We can talk about the banks if you want.
Definitely, we can get into those. I want to give a shout out to Easy helping us out, giving us a 15-point expected move in Meta into Friday. So 15 points. Hold on to your pants.
15?
15.
That's a straddle?
It's a big boy.
I'd be selling that.
You heard it here. Let's take a look. What else is
15,
going on?
I mean, that gives you up to 145 and down to 115. I mean, how can you lose? But we'll see. Those straddles
I mean, if it moves that much, hold on to our seats because the market's moving too.
Exactly.
Let's take a look at some of those banks. I was taking a look to see if they were going to end the day green. At least from my look here, financial services up about 0.27% from the open. Let me take the global banks. Global banks up about 0.49, 0.5. So not looking too bad. How do you see these banks?
I mean, they're strong. I mean, this is one of the sectors that we talked about, rising interest rate environment, and they just kind of been left for dead. I mean, in the overall, the great bull market, since I mean, it's still well above its COVID lows, but the banks just overall, have not participated in the great bull market. Not what some of these tech stocks did. You're getting a rotation, and it's into the bank stocks. They never really budged. The Bank America that opened up 35.42, tick 35.35, strong got over 36. J.P. Morgan a little bit more volatile, as far as we go with a higher price stock. But a little bit of dividend. If the Fed, I mean, who knows what the Fed's going to do, but there's your source of strength. And I mean, that's a big move in Bank of America, big move at JP Morgan. Let's see where Wells Fargo over $50 now. Darn close. One heck of a call by Goldman Sachs down here. Citigroup, it's always been a little bit of a laggard. That looks like it's trying to bust out over 46. Let's look at Punk, PNC Financial. Boom. This is where they're hiding out now. This is the new utility trade. Going to be hiding out in the banks, and you know how long those trends can persist for. So
It ain't
I
the
don't know.
utilities, that's for sure.
Yeah,
That's
I
for
mean,
certain. It's just hard to see it out there. But I'll tell you one trade that I might have been like Dennis a little early on. Definitely missed the boat though. No one told me the ship was leaving. Was energy.
oh we've been lagging on this one for a while. Exxon Mobil up a buck
Continuing.
55, crude up 285. Interesting points from Michael Houston today here regarding the EVs. What was that comment that he made?
About gas, about so he said straight up here in England, right? If you're looking around and you went to go charge your vehicle, it's going to cost you more to charge your vehicle off the grid than it would be to have it run off of gasoline. So it does make sense in certain areas in the world. Will EV truly catch on everywhere globally if it doesn't make sense economically? I don't
Oh
know.
boy,
In
I
my
don't know.
eyes,
I mean,
it wouldn't. I wouldn't sell my gas guzzler, if you want to call it, if it's not gonna save me money. Like I'm just not selling. Like let's just be honest. The governments would have to fine me until then I'll make the decision of going to EV. But I don't think the government's going to get to that point where they're fining gas guzzlers. But who knows? Maybe that's what happens. Right now, I don't think that's what the case is. But
they
lithium plays. I
yeah.
saw you checking out some lithium plays. Those were decent today. How did
Well,
those kind of close out?
yeah, I mean, this LTHM, it's been holding on that forever. I mean, the comments from, Michael Houston that there's just not enough lithium and all the other core
Yeah.
elements in the world to make. I don't know. I would have loved to question. Yeah, Bill, that comment was surprising. I would have, if I had more information, I might have went toe to toe with him on it. I'd be interested. I'm gonna dial up Gene. And because that was a real interesting comment. I'm sure Gene is quite submerged in these tech earnings, so I'll give him at least until Apple comes out, and then we'll get him on. But I have a feeling he might be able to say something to combat that. But yeah, Tesla's having a good day. That's one of the bright stocks in the tech market. That's up 256. We talked about this yesterday, and you had that 215 seller in there. Actually, 3 days in a row. When you see three highs or three lows in the same area in Tesla, you got to take note of that. And it really surrounded 215. It broke out through that yesterday, having another good day. I mean, people are stamping this Twitter deal done, right? Going right up to that price, 54.20. So they're a believer. S&Ps are coming alive here. I don't think we're going to get green by in the next 15 minutes, but rejected that pre-market low, and just I mean, I make these comments all the time, but you had your closing price of 70 and a quarter, high close of the rebound. You saw that. One thing I like to note on my sheet is the last after hours print in the S&Ps. And what that is that between 4 and 5, the spoofs just go nuts, especially with the tech earnings. So I like to note the last half hour print, right? The last after hours print, 5 p.m. yesterday, is almost exactly where we're trading at right now. 38.50. Nothing. This market's done nothing
Volatility.
all day. You could have fooled me, but
Yeah, you did fool me. Not you could have. You did fool me. I'll tell you that much. This is one of the hardest markets I've seen,
it is.
especially when you try to bring logic into it, right? I mean, we know how that one works out,
Here we
right?
go, trying to rally again. Once again, in the 38.50 handle. A lot of choppiness going, and I mean, we did get well over unchanged. I mean, 70 and a quarter. We're almost 30 handles above that at one point. And then boom, you don't look at you take a break, you walk away from your desk, you come back, and you're like, holy mackerel, there you go. But let's
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 go to
just
some positive
yeah,
stocks
let's
because
do.
I mean,
Let's talk
I
about
don't want to talk
accentuate the
negative here.
positive.
Let's go to Visa. Visa, good move
Yep,
right out the gates. Didn't take
yep.
much heat.
Visa, letter V. I thought 200 was the level of control what the Bulls needed to surpass, and they did that and then some. You feel that itsy bitsy teeny weeny gap there, 04.95. You got through that by a nice margin, 06.37. Good day for Visa. Looks like you're still going to be settling in the upper part of the range, so that's a good day. Little bit of a 2-day move. Don't tell Visa that Google's down 10%. Mastercard is probably having a good day too. So this goes with the people still spending kind of motif.
Yeah, getting a little bit of a bounce in that area. So definitely keep those on the radar. I saw MasterCard have a good day also. Let's go to Enphase Energy. That's the next one that
Ooh.
had a really nice day. Even hit the 300 at one point. Let's take a look.
Gap and go. Did get over nothing really here. What was this high right here? This is going to be a bogey for a while, I'm afraid. 306 was your high on the way down. This was back in September. What you get to today? 303.97. So miss that. I don't like that it backed off $10, basically from that intraday high. Still well above the low, but with these kind of trades, you just gotta, just say, okay, hey, as long as it doesn't fill the gap, I'm happy and let it go. Big 3-day move though for Enphase. The TAN ETF, boom, that's having a good day. Doesn't look as pretty as his Enphase chart. SPWR, I know that's one that Dennis is like to dabble in. That's trying to work his way back. And what else do we have here? Oh, where's First Solar? I haven't looked at that in a long time. I know someone gave it an upgrade when it was around 130. It's still in that general area. So, boom, 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 boom. That's a look at your solar stocks.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's stay with the theme. Let's take a look at some other stocks and ones that we might have missed this morning. Hilton reported earnings this morning.
Okay.
EPS at $1.31, beating the $1.24 estimate. Sales at 2.37, missing the 2.44 billion estimate. And they did raise their full year 22 adjusted EPS. So looks like Hilton is still being able to fill up the rooms, and they don't seem like they're
Yeah.
mentioning too much recession concerns.
The thing that I'm looking at that daily chart, the upper right, and then it doesn't look too bad. You were over 138, but the thing that's concerning me here about this Hilton is the lower right chart, lower monthly highs, and this is going to be the third month in a row. So you had that nice move. In August and September, But it just seems like sellers are coming down in this one, and so leaning a little bit more bearish. Big candle here today. I would just keep an eye on that low from today at 27.71. I think you got some more downside if that doesn't hold, at least until 126. Now I just want to check the airlines. Flat Delta, that nice move since earnings cleared that 31. UAL, boom, boom, boom. New high of the move. I don't like that candle, the way it's coming back down, closing near the low of the session. And then favorite of Jar Jar in the pre-market prep. Get over $9 on the Carnival Cruise Lines. Did you feel the gap? I think if I did trade a lower price stock a lot, this might not be a bad one. Had a gap up to 902, and you got through it considerably today. Not a lot, 913. But once again, you don't like when you sneak over a whole number like that, and then come back and finishing near the lows of the session.
Yeah, we're not calling those gaps on that chart anymore. We're going to call them ports. And another thing, Joel, here, what we're going to do is you and I are going to go get ourselves a motorcycle and we're going to ride off into the sunset, because did you see Harley Davidson get the lift today? Looks like, I guess, some people want some Harleys action, because it definitely ripped today. $1.78 EPS, beating the $1.41 estimate. Sales at $1.44 billion, beating the $1.37 billion estimate here. Nice day for it.
Yeah, wow.
Oh.
Let's see if we can get this. Once again, you're having a good day. You had the gap up. You're finishing near the highs of the session as we speak right now. For this one, I'd be holding out for $43. I'd be keeping a close eye on 42.45, of course, because that was a high on September 13th, and then you hit 42.37. So pausing the action. You backed off 70 cents for that. So what I'd be looking for Harley over the next couple days is rev up its engines, clear this 42 to 40, 42 and a half to 43 area, and embark on another leg higher. Last month's high, where was that? 43.02. Oh man, big area for Harley. I see someone did post a buy imbalance, but man, oh man, I don't even know what you could trust today. It seems like we are getting a little bit uncomfortable. I mentioned, that last after hours printed 50-50. We snuck into the 38.50 handle, but right back down at 38.44.
Yeah, I see 1.8 billion to the buy side there, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And that Harley Davidson chart is a tough one for me, because everything on the story tells me to run the other way, but the chart actually looks kind of bullish. That's how it is sometimes in this market. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other stocks that were making moves. Healthcare names still showing up, man. It just seems like this is the area that just continues to make new kind of highs. And it's not a bad area to be, especially even in the drug manufacturers. Today, getting some lift. Bristol Myers. That chart's actually looking interesting for me now on a weekly base or a daily base, whichever one you want to look at. But definitely making up some push, and has all the moving averages below it now, kind of creating a little bit of support, especially around the 72.
You look at support, I look at resistance, and I look at the pair of monthly highs just under 76. We're 74.47. Current high today, 75.21. So that's it, man, right there. You clear 76, and this stock's not too far away from all-time highs. Get up to, I think they reported today too. I think I saw their CEO on TV. But a good day for that. Volatile session again for Bristol Myers, using that closing price from yesterday, 72.77. Would have got you in a pretty good trade after a slightly higher open. You're low at 72.48. But 76, 76, 76 for you Bristol Myers traders. That's where you want it to go. That's where you want it to take out. Establish a bid and make a run for your next monthly high in Bristol Myers, which comes in at 77.10. Let's look at how's Gilead doing today. Up and down Gilead. Oh, I just lost my bars on my
My
chart.
favorite monthly chart that I
There
feel
we
like
go.
will never really make moves, but the monthly chart is as pretty as it gets.
Yeah, finally a breakout here in Gilead. Good day. Now, that's where we're hiding out. We're hiding out into biotech. I mean, you talk about serial underperformers over the
Yeah.
years, and yep, that's your Gilead for you.
Now I have one for you that we can mess with Triple D a little bit on tomorrow. So we got to mess with him and remind me, Joel. We got to mess with him a little bit on AT&T because it seems like it's gotten a little bit of love lately in the last what we got now 5-day winning streak. Yeah, 5-day winning
Really?
streak there.
Yeah. I need like a 50-day winning streak to get back to my average price on this thing. I had to create a new chart there because I lost my bars. My system's locking up on me.
No worries, no
Oh, the
worries.
black screen of death. Blue. Do you know what the blue screen of death is? Have you ever? You
The
got
blue
it.
screen.
Yeah, blue screen of death. Did you ever?
Hmm.
When I used to work on the, for believe it or not, I used to handle the computers for the Bright office, and sometimes I'd be working on it, the server. All of a sudden, you get the blue screen of death, and then then I'd have to call somebody in. But let's look at the dailies here. Boom, nice move, gap and go for Gilead. But you wanted to talk about AT&T.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Did that come off earnings? I think
Yeah.
that came off
Yeah, it was off
earnings, right?
earnings. It was Thursday. Thursday when
Wow.
you were gone.
Little bit of value, I guess. That still has the dividend a little bit. But boy, oh boy, still overall not a pretty looking chart. But that's a big move here. Cleared through the 18 seller today. And what do we have next on the daily hip? Let's see. I don't know if I'm running into this thing, buying this thing at 18. You had a lot of consolidation, 18.7, 18.10, 18.09 for your daily highs. You're above it now, but for make AT&T a believer out of me, let's hold 18 and
All right,
establish a big bet.
358, almost to the bell here. Let's take a quick look at the calendar tonight. We got Ford, Meta, Teladoc,
Whew.
EQT, and then tomorrow we get McDonald's, Shopify, Caterpillar. That's one that's interesting. Have you been seeing that move? I've been calling out on my show that DE has been making a sneaky move up, and DE has a tendency of leading the way for Caterpillar, and I've been seeing Cat catching up to it. Look at that chart on DE. Doesn't look too bad, right?
Yeah. Wow. Not a great, today, but a big move out, coming up to that all important $200 area, showing some gains. I mean, this is whew, wow. I mean, this chart does look good. I would say important to get back over 200 and clear 200. Well, folks, we're fading. We're fading into the close here as the street awaits for more disastrous tech earnings. Actually closing near the
Oof.
lows of the intraday session. That was 34 and a quarter. So for all the cheerleading we did today, to get get the market up near 3,900. There's no way you can put it. Not a good day for the market, and more big tech earnings on deck, Mitch. So I'm gonna sign off here. Let you take it the rest of the way, and
Eh.
get some rest, folks. It'll be a wild day tomorrow for sure.
That's for sure. We'll get Joel on out of here. I'll start wrapping up like always. We're going to keep battling here on Benzinga. Like always, one of the things that we can do is point to where we're seeing, right? If you took a look right there today, right? Dennis and I kind of in conflicting battle looks, right? He was thinking that the market would get a little bit of a bounce because it was getting bought up in certain areas. I was thinking that we'd get that, push up and then the wash back down. It looks like both of us were kind of right? And that's what it's all about. The only thing is we can't tell you exactly how things are going to work out. You have to go ahead and make that decision. That's what it's all about. We can go ahead and point to what we're looking at, what is important. But then, like always, you guys got to make those execution decisions. Like today, I got caught in Boeing and wasn't able to get the reward. even though I was leaning towards the right side. Even though you can have a nice plan, it's all about execution in this market. We'll see what happens in that meta report. Of course, also forward. We'll have them for you right here on Benzinga. You want to check out those earnings call? Come over. I will be watching meta, and then we'll also be having someone else in the forward stream. So if you guys want to come hang out, check it out in a little bit. Those start at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you there.